So, split into 3 units, our main troops go wide, and first to make contact withdraws? What are you, a coward?
What was that?
Huh?
I asked you what you said. You think I'm scared, is that it? I'll have you know, my plan is textbook.
Drop it, Tyon!
Let go! Colony 13 is a complete enigma. Our data is incomplete.
It's just way too cautious, you clod. It's tedious and it's dull. Can you see that? If we don't eat now, we'll starve. We don't have the time to mess around.
What does...
Look, Tyche boy. I mean, we're Iron Lambda, yeah? The colony led by Commander Isard. And this is some no-name backwater. We hit from the side, and we hit hard. Am I wrong? What we need is momentum. Gotta play hard to win big.
Right, I see. One team draws the sentries away, then the main force can strike en masse, where the flank will be left loosely defended. Seems optimal. Is that right, Tyon?
Huh? Yes. Correct.
All right. If that's your opinion, we'll approve it. Yes, Isard?
Yes. If you say it'll work, I trust you. Happy, Tyon?
Yes.
Commander, strategist. It's almost time. The new consul should be arriving from the castle soon.
Of course. On my way.
My, that time already.
Nimue, why are you still using that gizmo?
Now that's not very polite, Isard. This mechanical gizmo is much more precise than the iris clock. And unaffected by the black fog. Right, Tyon?
Huh? Right.
I can't see a thing! Sergeant! Where are you? Sergeant! What? What's going on?
There should be an exit through the southern water vein. Head straight for that.
And you, ma'am?
We'll hold the line here, keep them occupied.
Begging your pardon, that's idiocy and certain death.
Tyon,
You can't.
you all still have a future. Until the day of your homecoming, please just live. And here.
I couldn't. I won't. Don't do this, ma'am.
Listen, I need you to live, Tyon. You must. Flee for the colony.
Tyon, get moving! Hurry!
How? How can I?
Tyon!
Ma'am! Ma'am! Nimue!
shouldn't have put so much stock in your irises, Kay. That is what you get.
It's just bad luck. The plan was sound. If not for the black fog.
It's all about the skin feel. You've only got eyes up front. That's why Kay lost. Sounds, the air, breathing. When you can feel all that, you don't need the iris.
And for all that, you still slunk back, tail between legs. Are you forgetting that fact?
He's awful forgetful, isn't he? So? I'm still breathing, and I had a ball with them kids, right until I had to scarper.
Excuses a tenner penny.
What are you implying?
Excuse me? Is this a private party, or can I interject? I was thinking I might head out alone next. Is that allowed?
You want to see with your own iris, eh?
Pretty much. Plus, there's Izzard and Colony Lambda, right? It'll be an extremely amusing situation, don't you think? Yeah, we'll have fun, I'm sure.
After a whole bunch of cutscenes, it's back to the non-voice acted ones. Goodest of mornings. Morning, Manana. Okay, everyone's here. I got word from Ethel a little while ago. Something she wants to tell us, and we should go to the council room to hear it. Very well. We should say thanks for this tent, at least. Okay, let's go see what Ethel has to say then. Join our party as a 7th party member, that'd be cool. I'm still surprised that we haven't gotten, like, Riku and Manana as a 7th party member. Honestly. Oh, I haven't talked to you yet. So you guys were originally affiliated with Colony 9 and Colony Gamma, is that right? Must have caused quite a stir when word got out that they produced rebels. Do you think they're okay? Somehow, I highly doubt that. I wish we could go and check. Also, you know, a lot of this stream we've been playing, like, not Nia here. Is what we've been doing. So maybe next stream I'll be playing someone else. Maybe. I mean, this class is, like, on the verge of getting maxed out, right? Like, we're getting there. There's a couple of question marks here. The Doge Cam kind of blocks them. Medical quarter. I mean... Where? Are they far? Are they, like, far, then? Why can't I grab this? There we go, jeez. Because they're, like, out here, apparently. Which, like, gets into the realm of the wilderness. But it just became brighter, so I assume it's, like, right around the corner here. There's a quest thing.
Whoa, check this place out.
Rickoth Wellspring. But, freaking, where? Look, it's around here somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. Probably shouldn't go too far from Colony 4 here. Yeah, my goodness. The scale of Mechon technology between Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 3 certainly became very, very large, huh? So I'll have a look-see. Oh, I guess that was just like the height thing, Bob, whether it was lit or not. No, freaking, I'm out of here. Alright, I'm not gonna bother getting it for now, I guess. Not gonna bother for now, then. No, leave me alone. Give me the things. Ether penguin fossil and relief beans. Sound like very interesting things. So I guess as long as you're within the boundaries, it'll show like your rank in the area there. Misty asparagus. Yeah, let's see what there is to be said here. I'm gonna, you know, do like a little smidge of stuff here and then wrap up the night, is what I'm thinking. That was my plan here. Oh, hi, Dinzel. Hey, you better not just be ignoring those supply drops that come down. Don't trouble yourself too much over who they're meant for. Just get in and get the goods. Nothing I won't do to get them. Pretty much everyone will be out to get those supplies. Could easily turn into a mad scramble. Yeah, I do get some supplies sometimes.
Certainly quick to accept things.
Seems like.
I knew Ethan's lot was sturdy,
But yeah, we also get like these kind of party chats as we go along, considering all the party members are out while exploring on like previous titles. Okay, hi.
You lot sleep all right?
Yeah, like a log. Thanks for the room. You cleaned it out just for us.
Don't sweat it. Just a token from us higher-ups. My iris's clock. I couldn't quite believe it. So I went outside and hunted down a Hox as a test.
And?
Didn't get snuffle. The flame clock didn't show, and neither did any motes. Looks like it's real.
Yeah. We were baffled too, at first.
Anyway, we're all thankful to you. Flame clocks don't work so good when you're dirt. Hated having to worry about when my number might be up.
Wait, dirt? I thought Ethel's rank was silver. It was when she saved our hides, wasn't it?
Well, stuff happens. Kamaravi. Heard of him? Call him the Smouldering. The greatest warrior in all of Agnes. And the commander loves to spar with the guy.
I know him. They say his spear technique is unparalleled. That, and he's an ace for honest pilot. Wow. So Kamaravi and Ethel were rivals.
That's right. We fought against him who knows how many times now. Took our share of damage, but then so did they. At one time, one of his Feronis' knee joints blew clean out. Well, most likely it was a failure of maintenance. The commander could have ended it then and there. But no.
Telling other people's tales again? Not very endearing. Cut it out.
Commander! Apologies, Mom.
I'm joking.
Ethel?
It became a tremendous scandal. The castle stripped our colony of our silver rank, demoting us to dirt. But look. They were made the lowest of the low, and still they chose to stick by me, even though it meant having to live day to day. That is why I must prevail over him.
Huh? But you're...
Free from the yoke of the flame clock, yes, certainly. However, this is another matter.
What is it about then?
Hunger? Pride? Desire? Joy, maybe? It's a little hard to put into words, but something along those lines. I haven't all the time in the world, and my troops understand this full well. For me, well, all of us, really. A rematch with Kamaravi is everything. And that will give purpose to the remainder of our lives.
A purpose to life.
Right, okay. On an emotional level, I could understand.
Wow, really?
I didn't say I agreed. I just see her point of view, that's all.
All right now, let's put a pin in the philosophizing. When we talked last night, you said your destination was Sword March, as I recall.
Right.
Come along.
Alright, well, I guess we'll have a look-see at what's going on over here. Oh, we just follow along? Also, for whatever reason, it's showing, like, my response to let the side questing begin, but not the comment of let the side questing begin. Streamlabs is weird. I haven't talked to you yet, so I'm just gonna do it really quickly here. Aye. Commander has instructed us to lay off you lot, even though you're Agnes. Agnes with turncoat Kevis. Well, apparently this place likes me more now. Wait, where'd the other one go? Oh, he's just a little bit ahead. Okay. Guess we're going. Hey, I figured out how to match your speed. Sweet, I'm holding the control stick at like the perfect angle. Wow, it's kind of hard to keep my thumb exactly like this, though. Will I be able to do it for long enough, though? My thumb is a little bit shaky. Probably after all the stress of the last boss.
This right here is Sword March. Well, that part is common knowledge, I suppose. To get there, you have a few possible routes. Mainly the northern and the southern. And then, the direct route cutting through the ocean vortex.
You don't say. That works.
Nobody's done it before.
Such a tease.
You can try to approach it from sea or from air. But as soon as you're close to it, you'll end up being ripped to shreds. Trust me, it's not just the waves and the wind. We believe there's some other force at play there. And so, through elimination then, these two. And quite frankly, I wouldn't advise going north.
Why's that?
The road's dangerous, and it runs right past Agnes Castle territory. You'd have a hard time getting through.
Tyan, turns out you were right.
As always.
Additionally, you are Ouroboros. If you face another colony, you may find the same thing happening as did with us.
I'd feel safe betting on it.
If you go south, the battle lines are relatively fixed. If you can proceed along this route, you'll get there in about 2 months.
2 months.
But
there's more?
even if you reach the sword, this city, yes? It's hard to believe you would find it there. It seems far-fetched.
How so?
Once, we had to advance across this region ourselves. It was empty. Nothing but the sword piercing the landscape. And then, there's that word you mentioned, city. What could that possibly mean? Is it a person? Or a thing?
When Guernica talked about it, it sounded kind of like a colony?
I was pretty sure it was an object.
Will you still go there, regardless?
Yeah. That was the idea. For a chance to live on.
Then there's no more to say. Boliaris.
Mom?
Our guests will be leaving soon. Let's give them any assistance we can.
No worries.
Feel free to use the facilities here at your leisure. Get ready for what's ahead.
Mimi? Relax. We're just doing what Ethel said. Just using the facilities at our leisure. You have to eat, else you won't grow. It's just... don't let them get to you. Yeah?
Hey.
What is this?
It used to belong to my friend. He always wore it till last year. Yes, he died, fighting against Colony Psi. You animals killed him. Shot him right here. Clean through.
You're wrong. We're actually from Colony Gimp. Mimi, what? If that's what you want, go ahead and shoot. It's not like I'm a hard target.
Now we're talking. Oh, what? You're nearly done anyway. Well then keep your lousy embers. Die today or in 3 months' time, not much difference. Just mind you don't get poisoned before your time's up.
What a jerk. So uncalled for. Senna, it's fine. He was right. We did kill people. Maybe not his friend, but certainly others.
We had no choice. If we hadn't have, we'd be goners.
We had no choice. Yeah, that was clear until now. But not anymore. Right?
Uh-huh.
There's a chance we can make amends. Even if we're misunderstood.
On the house. Eat your fill, friend.
Huh?
We're dirt rank, remember? Life ain't easy here. But you did help. Besides, you gave us a choice. The choice not to fight. Now, we won't have to take others' lives. I've wished for this. And you made it true. Thanks for that.
That was a really powerful scene there. I really like that, actually. And it really shows, you know, how some are gonna be holding these grudges and whatnot, and just, you know, seeing that, not being able to see that both sides are in kind of the same shoes and whatnot, and the other, you know, being grateful for, you know, what they have done by actually making an effort to make things right and make amends and whatnot, and being grateful for a changed world and whatnot. It's interesting. Okay, so what now? I believe the southward route is currently blocked by rockfall. I'd estimate that clearing it will take some time. We're gonna have to go, like, right through the ocean in the center because of Mio's time, right? I guess we'll just have to wait till it's done. Guys, can I say something? Huh? Sounds heavy. I've been thinking, and I think there might be something else that we could try. Ocean center. Me about Colony 4. It's hardly your responsibility. Tyon, it's not quite like that. I mean, if I see someone in trouble, I just want to help them. Maybe it's not a sense of responsibility exactly. It's more like a natural reaction. Oh, you feel that even for a former enemy? That's how I feel about it. Right now, at least. Mimi, your heart's big enough for everyone to have a slice. Okay, well, no time like the present. Let's do something to help. Yeah, why not? Ethel helped us out way back, after all. Now we've got a chance to give something back, right? I suppose it'll help us earn their trust. And kill a bit of time, maybe. Is this gonna be the thing where it's like, now you can do side quest galore? I think Mimi is right. Guys, thanks. Right, well, that was heartwarming to be sure. But what are we gonna do to help exactly? Lance, you need to expend some mental energy on yourself instead of blurting questions. I get this may be tricky for you. Boy, watch it, buddy! Well, if we're going to do that, perhaps a little intelligence gathering is in order. Yeah, I guess we gotta. It's one thing to want to lend a hand, another to know where to stick it. I guess we'd better ask around the colony then. Still feeling weird about this. No, it's just... What, worried about helping the bad guys? It's a bit late for that, love. Anyway, if anyone tries to stir the pot again, I'll just punt him under a loveness, right? And by we, I mean Lands, obviously. I'd like to call Ixnay on the punting, if it's not too much bother. I'm afraid it would get quite messy. Come on, it was just a figure of speech, mate. Okay then, everyone good to start asking around the colony to find out how we can help. When are we gonna get Riku and Banana as a 7th party member helping out? Okay. Yeah, I'm things are going in an interesting direction. All across, so okay, yeah. All across Ionis, you will find eye icons. Look near them for info that can be useful on your travels. Be sure to check anything you may find. Okay. Gather up info in Colony 4. Okay. Hi again, Solon. Quite a few of the troops want you to be expelled from the colony and sent to the... Wait, is there a name for the Dark Realm on Fire Emblem Three Houses? I think it's just like the forbidden spell of whatever the heck. Was it just Shambhala? I don't know. Shaharas or something. No, I don't know what the heck it was. Shaharas? I don't remember. Solon said something like that in Three Houses. I don't remember. And then he's like, so the fell star consumes even the darkness himself. And then you stab him. But I don't think they're driven by malice. It's just that fear and confusion have clouded their judgment. You should give them a fair hearing, or see if you can lend a hand somehow. Maybe you'll win their hearts and minds that way. If you give them a reason to fix their misunderstandings, I'm sure they'll like the effort. Thanks, Solon. I'm gonna give that some serious thought. Neat. Well, the Shambhala area redux, whatever. No. He, in that scene where he sends Byleth to, like, the Shadow Realm, and then Byleth has to fuse with a lolly to get out. Like, that scene there. He's like, I'm gonna use the forbidden spell of Saharas, I think is what he said, actually. After he, like, murderizes Krania as a sacrifice for it, right? Fairly certain. Because so many monsters crawling around here. Also, have the wound not returned to activity. So is this information gathering thing? Like, it was foolish for us to set base here. Is this based off of, like, Xenoblade Chronicles X's information gathering? Info acquired, calling force problems.
I don't think the
okay. I think this is based off of Xenoblade Chronicles X, gameplay-wise. Because in Xenoblade Chronicles X, you had to go around and gather, like, you know, information from little yellow bubbles and whatnot, and that would help unlock things on the map. So that's probably what's going on here, right? So you have a quest? You must be the ones Ethel told us about. Yeah, that's us. I'd love to give you a proper welcome, but unfortunately my hands are somewhat tied right now. Truly sorry. We have a lack of personnel, dwindling medical supplies, and the patients won't stop arriving. Wait, what do you... Oh. Okay, maybe that's why I should zoom in on things. I thought that you were like a dude for a second. Things really have been rough ever since we dropped to dirt rank. Not enough medical supplies, huh? So it would appear. This kind of problem calls for a swift handling. Also, a high Entia with, like, golden wings. Interesting. Alessandra, thank you for the heads up. Okay. Oh, it's also interesting to see that there no longer exist anymore, like, purebred Entia with, like, the super long wings like there were in Xenoblade Chronicles 1. I guess because all the purebreds were freaking turned into Telethia is a thing. So the only high Entia that are left are, like, the Hum's half-breed ones. Like, presumably they would have, like, bred with each other for a while, but I guess they're just, like, the short-winged variants now, since all the, everyone else became Telethia and stuff. I wonder if there's Telethia in this game. Because they should still be around, right? It wasn't all the Telethia that, like, shoved their faces into Future Connected's rift, right? I don't know. Listen to people's conversation on your travels to acquire info fragments. When you find enough, they can be discussed with fellow party members at rest spots. Okay, so it's the way that they've, like, adapted and changed the info gathering of Xenoblade Chronicles X. That's interesting. That's interesting. So, yeah, let's see here. After gathering info, go to a rest spot and select discuss for a chance to discuss it. In some cases, these discussions will trigger new quest developments. Okay. Can I not do it over there? I just want to see here. Brunella. What? There's an invisible wall separating me from Brunella. What? Oh, because it's trying to, like, force me into this? Okay, fine, I guess. Fine, I suppose. Okay, so in discuss, you can talk with the party about the different info fragments you've gathered. So discuss. Okay, from here, discuss the issues at Colony 4. Bam.
Let's have a little huddle up.
Have a roundtable discussion. Alright, let's recap. Injuries from local monsters. Trouble owing to the colony's location. There are also some more urgent cases, with more wounded appearing by the day. Yeah, the medic team seems super busy. It sounded like they couldn't provide adequate care, so they've always had more patients coming in. I got the feeling they could deal with the staffing problem if they didn't also have a not enough stuff problem. You mean, if they had, like, drugs and bandages? Those kinds of medical supplies are difficult to craft without specialized facilities. Well, we're in the arse end of nowhere, and therefore bang out of luck. Precisely. It's only a matter of time before all the supplies start running out. Spark it all. So, I love how freaking Spark is literally like they're stand-in for swear words and whatnot. Well, I mean, I guess, hold on, that's something to discuss maybe a little bit more, like, after this thingamabob is done, because they have, like, a few things that are different for them, like, socially, as, like, soldiers here, compared to, you know, everyone else, because, like, the consul, who are presumably living the high life and being able to, like, live till they're older, do swear, as we saw in, like, the last battle, as opposed to, oh, I'll discuss it properly in a hot second. Spark it all. So what, we're up a creek with no paddle? But we have to do something. Ah, hang on. No, that wouldn't. Would it? Tyon, if you've got something to say, then do, or by the Queen's knuckles, I'll slap you. Yes, but... then again... What is it, Tyon? Did you come up with something? First of all, I have to say there's no guarantee. But what if we took Bikini Bottom and pushed it somewhere else? Spit it out, man. Can work out the kinks later. I hear you, but it's just way too kinky, you see. Then let's leave this instant. You what? Why? Where are we off to now? The Galancour's Men here, my least favorite place ever. If we're lucky, we might make it in time. Time for what? Not making any sense. I said we have to go this instant. I'll explain when we get there. Uni, drop it. Let's just do as he says. Okay. Hero quests. Oh! I assume hero quests lead to, like, recruitable 7th party members, right? So this is the thing that's gonna recruit Ethel? Most likely? And because I don't have a 7th party member at all, it's probably best to do that sooner rather than later, I would assume.
Hey, you lot! Got a second?
Wait, this is voice acted?
What's up, Balearis?
It's the commander.
What's the commander?
Well, I haven't seen her for ages. Do you know where she is?
I don't think we've seen her.
She probably despawned from this area so that she could spawn somewhere else to be tied to this quest.
Are you sure?
That we just
you
got?
Seen her at all? Think very carefully. She wouldn't hesitate to die for the colony if it came down to it. And she's so strong that she'll bear any burden alone, however heavy. Look, if anything would have happened to her, then... Colony 4, then... we'd be...
Okay. Calm down.
Sorry. Got carried away.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Look, if you see her, just tell me, okay? Sorry to have kept you.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the goal for next time will be the hero quest, because I want 7th party members! Probably make a big difference there. Discussing different info fragments can further quests, like the issues at Colony 4 you just talked about. Changing the active quest. When a quest is active, its destination will be marked on screen with an exclamation mark. Press Y to view an active quest's current objective. If you have no active quest when a new one triggers, it will be auto-activated. Otherwise, you can activate it with Y. Yeah, I've noticed that. In quests in the main menu, select the quest from the list, press Y to register as the active quest. Okay, no want of courage. Yeah, so it's gonna force us down that one. So I guess the, yeah, the voice there is so much quieter than the music and, you know, in the world and whatnot. But yeah, so I guess the very first hero quest is, like, mandatory for the story, just, like, introduce you to how, like, hero quests work and whatnot, and how you can recruit, like, optional 7th party members through them. And whatnot. Kukucha! Hi. Have friends sample delight of yummy mixed veg torpedo wrap. Pinnacle of cuisine of dirt. Recommended much. Or recommended much. I don't know. Huh? I never knew. Those were pretty tasty, right, Mimi? I'll have to tell Manana about this. I'm sure it'll inspire her cooking too. Ooh. Maybe that's a new recipe thing there. Can I just jump in here? Hi, Mr. Kind Machina guy. Yeah, you were pretty cool. Hope you'll stop by the canteen again. Anyone with an empty stomach gets a warm welcome here. Thanks. We love your cooking too. No, come on. It's not all that. But seriously, I'll even slip you a few freebies on the house if I got enough ingredients in. He's a cool guy. He's pretty chill, huh? Oh, there's info to gather. Yeah, this is literally a Xenoblade Chronicles X mechanic that's been brought to Xenoblade 3. Interesting. So our boss or whatever they are sure know their way around a blade. What? Attention. Oh, to the thingamabob. On the way around a blade. But you actually have to wait to, like, see what they're saying. They were kind of unreal, weren't they? Whatever in the ever-loving flames are they? So you actually have to wait and see what they're saying, unlike Xenoblade Chronicles X. Info required, new topic available. Okay, I guess we can potentially discuss that next time and such. Now I can talk with you. Road to Remy Flats looks to be blocked. It'll... You okay, Noah? And lands? It'll have been that landslip from where Feronis passed through. Yeah, so I guess the whole getting all the party members we move at once isn't exactly perfect. It's pretty alrighty, but it's not exactly perfect there. There's a bit of loveness power to clear it up at the moment. You'll be informed as soon as we're done. Thanks, we much appreciate it. Okay. Just see if there's anyone new else to talk to. Mikoko! Proper cooking not exactly possible in the middle of barren wasteland. Mikoko and friends rather likely end up on menu of monsters instead. Maybe any horrid thing could happen. Alright, yeah, make the colony like me more and stuff by talking to people. Yeah, because it actually directly affects reputation, I actually feel a lot more incentivized to talk to all the people that I haven't talked to before. Compared to, like, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I feel a whole lot more incentivized in this here video game. Quite frankly. But yeah, I guess I've talked to most of the people now. Most of the nerds around here. Solon, call on the forbidden spell of Saharas or whatever the heck. Whatever the heck it was. This music's pretty chill. This music's pretty chill here. Yeah, I've been streaming for 13 hours now. I just hit the 13-hour mark if you count like the starting soon screens. So anybody that potentially could be watching this is like a full stream later, I always cut out like the intro bit so it won't quite be 13 hours in that case. But yeah, session 1 here. I wonder how many parts this is gonna become. I wonder how many weeks in the future after a release date this is now, when this was all like the first session. Look at this, you can see the date there. It's 3:15 in the morning on the 30th of July. Well, yeah, I should probably call it a night after 13 hours of playing here, streaming. Why isn't my save file at like closer to 13 hours? Makes me wonder. I guess there's sometimes like I like dipped it in and out. But that wouldn't account for that much time. I don't know. I don't know what the heck is going on with that. There, yeah, I just saved. I'm gonna wrap up the stream. I'll make at least the first part tonight so that I can go up tomorrow. Well, today, you know what I mean. And we'll see. I'm very intrigued by this game thus far. It very much seems like a big love letter to both Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2, and like a very interesting mishmash of it. Oh, there was one more thing that I wanted to talk about. I forgot. Hold on, let me just load into the game to talk about. I want to talk about like the social freaking thingamabobs of like characters, soldiers. I said I was gonna talk about that, and then I forgot. Let me talk about that before we wrap up. Actually, so one of the things I've noticed in this is all the characters when they're living their lives like as soldiers at the beginning before setting out on the adventure and such is, you know, they don't really have like the same kind of social standards that you'd see in like, you know, a normal kind of society and whatnot, and not even the same social standards that normal characters would have in like Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2. No problemo there. I'm gonna have like this last minute discussion here though. Like, so one of the examples of that I only noticed like later, and I meant to mention earlier this stream and I didn't quite notice it, was how, you know, at the very beginning of the game, after the tutorial battle with like the Xenoblade 1 characters, they're like, oh, there's all this like blood and sweat and stuff, we should go wash that off in the baths and whatnot. So there was already like a freaking bathhouse freaking scene in that, but it wasn't at all like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 where, you know, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was meant to be like fan servicey and give like a hint at like Nia being a flesh eater and whatnot. But apart from that, it was just like a fan service-y kind of thing in Xenoblade 2. In this game, the thingamabob towards the beginning there, it didn't feel like it was meant to be like fan service-y at all there. It was just meant to show like the kind of social norms there. It had like both male and female characters in like the same like bathhouse there. And there was no like social weirdness to it or anything. It was just normal. Because why would they have to worry about it being weird when, you know, they can't consider like anything that would be weird like that in their lives when they live, you know, they live to fight and fight to live, and that's all their life is. And them, you know, relaxing in the bathhouse is just like achieving a purpose rather than, you know, taking it easy and chill. Well, taking it easy and chillaxing is the purpose, but you know what I mean. Like resting up between battles and like cleaning off and whatnot is its purpose. So what reason is there to be social awkwardness? Because they're just soldiers. And yet, when the party comes together and, you know, is going through like all that junk from Van Damme's ship trying to find like some new clothes because their clothes are all dirty and whatnot, we see the male characters looking at the gals and being like, oh, maybe we should like change somewhere else and whatnot, like, and stuff, because I guess there's like a little bit of social awkwardness there now. So I think that it was a really interesting and kind of subtle way to say that, you know, at the beginning of the game, they were just soldiers that don't have like the social norms and kind of awkwardness. Like they don't act very human at the beginning, but then once they come together and whatnot, and, you know, are freed from those shackles by Van Damme over there, they start to become like a lot more human and whatnot, and having those normal kind of tendencies and awkwardness. And I think that was like a really interesting subtle note there that I don't know how many players are gonna catch that kind of thing. So I thought that was kind of interesting how it, you know, kind of subliminally says that, you know, they're starting to become more human and whatnot. One of the users on your Discord, she's trans, said that scene was extremely powerful to her and wished to live in a society where nudity isn't sexualized as it is in our society. I feel like it wasn't meant to be like, you know, if that's the way that, you know, someone wants to interpret it, can absolutely do that. But, you know, I feel like the main purpose behind that was to show that, like, as soldiers, they don't have the same kind of social norms. But yet, when they come together and they're freed from being soldiers and whatnot, and all of a sudden there is, like, the social awkwardness of where they're changing, it's kind of, like, meant to subliminally say, like, okay, now they're starting to get, like, these kinds of social norms that we have and such, now that they're freed from, you know, just being soldiers or whatnot, is I feel like the argument that it was trying to make there. And another one of the interesting things that I noticed was, you know, a lot of the things that they're not familiar with as well is, like, you know, the whole idea of, you know, people getting old and whatnot, that aging is a thing, since that doesn't normally happen around here. So, like, the whole thing with Van Damme being old, they're like, well, what the heck is that? And same with the console there. And another thing that I noticed is that, like, the soldiers have, like, their own norms for how they refer to things. So, for example, the Xenoblade 1 characters, for example, instead of saying, like, shit, they'll say spark, like, as a placeholder. So I was like, oh, is this game not gonna have swearing and they're just gonna have stand-ins? But then we saw the console, who's, like, you know, separate from these systems and whatnot, just swearing and just saying shit, and it's like, oh, okay. So I guess those that are, like, you know, overseeing the system and whatnot and potentially taking advantage of it have, like, you know, the kind of norms that we might have more so. And, you know, the soldiers here in their own kind of little bubble of the world have adopted, like, their own kind of versions of it in a way. And I find that interesting. So for these characters, you know, swearing might not even be a concept to them, for example, whereas it clearly is for the consoles. I find that, you know, an interesting, subtle way to kind of, like, show how different these little bubbles of the world are, you know? And I find that kind of interesting. So I just wanted to talk about that kind of thing, about, like, the way that this game kind of portrays, like, its social norms and what's, like, socially acceptable in this world through, like, the different groups and stuff like that. I find it, like, a very fascinating way to tell that. Now we'll wrap up the stream. That was the thing that I wanted to talk about after I noticed Lan saying spark in the freaking thingamabob. That was what came to mind there, because I think it is a fascinating way that this game does kind of, like, build and develop its world, you know, is the case there. So, I'm gonna go make, like, the first episode really quickly, and then I'm gonna pass the hell out, quite frankly, because my goodness gracious, I am so tired. I've been streaming for 13 hours. Of course I'd stream for, like, 13 hours on the first stream of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. That sounds very much like the kind of thing that I do. So, yeah, there's that. I look very forward to probably binging this game a decent bit this weekend. So, we shall see what's going on with that. So, until next time, take care and see you!